Good evening, Gooners. Hope you had a nice Christmas. Welcome to the Gooner Booth. It's Arsenal 2, Brighton 1. Well, that was an interesting game. Should have killed them off quickly, but we'll get into it. Before we do get into it, please like and subscribe. We are 8 away from our target of 300 before we end the year. So please hit that like button if you're new around here. If you are new around here, welcome and get involved in the chat. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Good evening, guys.
Evening, boys.
So, thoughts on the game? Who wants to start us off? Go on, Dave.
Well, the first half I thought we played quite well. The second half I thought we drawed them onto us a little bit too much. Obviously, the first goal that we scored, Odegaard, that was nice to see from him. That's what we've been asking for. That was him of a couple of seasons ago. So I think we need to give him a little bit of credit on that one. I actually thought his general overall game today was pretty good all around. He wasn't just playing safe left to right. He was trying to do bits. He was trying to do some bits. Obviously, our top goal scorer of the last few weeks, own goalie.
Yeah, sign him up,
mate. I tell you what, that one's prolific, isn't it?
You know what? On that subject, right? I just want to get into all the pundits. With Arsenal are scoring own goals, they're getting lucky, but own goals come from situations you create, right? Every time we've got an own goal, it's because we've created a dangerous situation, right? For example, today, was it Saka or Rice?
Right. With the delivery, isn't it?
The delivery was on point. You can't. It's hard to defend against them. A defender's always going to throw their head at it, and most of the time they do go in. So look, like Arsenal have got more own goals in December than any other. That's like, fuck off. Like, what? These stats come out of the blue when it's Arsenal. You don't hear these stats. Go on, Dave. Continue, mate. Sorry, I swear to get
No. Totally, I totally agree with everything what you said there. Own goals, they count just as much as anything else.
Win the 3 points. Get the win over them. Fuck it.
That's exactly it. I thought Gyökeres was poor again today. I didn't think he done much, and I'm waiting for this guy. But the penny's got to drop eventually. Otherwise, when Havertz comes back and Jesus does get fit, they'll take his place. They'll take his place.
But while we're on York, right? I was heavily on the York train, but in them first 2 minutes, you got to bury that. I'm sorry, as a striker, when them chances come, you got to bury that. I don't even know what he was doing, Dave. And I'm going. Do you know what? I'm starting to find it really hard to defend the guy.
That's
then you've got Jesus come. And I said this in our chat, right? Martinelli, literally. All right, it was shit finish.
Yeah.
But that literally sprint across the defender.
Yeah. He's opened them up
straight away. Played it into the box first time because Martinelli was already making that run in front of his man. Gyökeres don't do that.
No. And
I'm starting to pick up on it now that Odegaard and Saka don't trust giving him the ball either because he wasn't holding it up today either as well. So look, I like Gyökeres and I want him to do well, but at the moment he's making it really hard for us to go, Joe, what, keep him aside, because I've got a massive feeling that Jesus will start now because I don't think he's got that in his locker at the moment. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence or if he's not getting the space. But there was moments in the game where I don't know if he's trying too hard, where he's gone to try and run through everyone, and the ball went out of play. And I'm like, it's not quite clicking. And I don't know if you're Arteta, when Jesus come on and Martinelli, I don't know if you guys agree with this statement, but I think when Martinelli's at his best is when he's playing with Jesus.
Yeah, I do.
When Martinelli got that cross and he smashed over the bar, he should have buried that. But did you notice that Jesus slipped over to the left and Martinelli run through that gap, right? That could be something that he might look at against Villa. But yeah, sorry, Dave, go on, mate, continue. Sorry.
No, basically, just to summarise it just a little bit further, another 3 points in the bag. That's only the fourth time Brighton have lost at our place in about 8 or 9 years, I think it is. They've got a really good rep. They're one of our bogey sides. I heard some stats on it, mate. There's been a couple of draws and then we've lost. So, honestly, to beat them at home, we drew with them twice last season,
Yeah.
Mate, we're turning all over these results that we were getting draws in last season, and we're not playing well. So, look, at the end of the day, would I rather it been 3-0, 4-0? Of course we would. We all would. But we're getting the job done, boys. So that's all we can ask for. Roll on Villa. Villa, I'll tell you what, Villa are looking scary. They are, mate.
Joe, I was watching the Chelsea game and I switched off. It was 1-0 Chelsea. I've just looked at the final score before going live and it's 2-1.
Mate, they're not just, they don't know when they're beaten, Villa, at the minute.
But I will say
they
one
are playing
thing.
Some good football,
I would say one thing that Arteta needs to look at. Matty Cash got a 5th yellow card.
Yeah.
And he's now out of the game. Yeah.
And Kamara in the midfield. Both of them are out of that game against us.
I would deploy Martinelli in that game just to run because they're gonna have to have a makeshift right back for that game. So I'd have Martinelli running it, whoever it is. Hopefully it's a youngster or something because their depth in the back, their defense isn't as good as their midfield or attack. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. A big game anyway. Wayne, what was your thoughts on the Brighton game? Hand over to you, mate.
Yeah. I think you boys are watching the wrong game. I thought your careers was world class. I don't know what you think. What you're talking about. Sorry, that's Christmas. That's Christmas jokes aside from the Christmas cracker, boys. Yeah, listen. You know, you can look at it from a negative point of view, but listen, like Dave said, it's 3 points. We have to remember that. And also, as well, another point is that with Ødegaard, I actually you put some shorts on. Well, you gave me the shorts. I put them on TikTok for people to see. One guy was literally spamming me, saying you're fake fans. Ødegaard's one of our best players. I had to block him in the end, boys. We were not saying in that video, if you watch the whole thing, which people will on YouTube watch, we were not saying about Ødegaard. I was saying his position for me, he seems better as a deep lying controller. Do you know what I mean? He leads the press. He is. We have to, whether we like it or not, whether people do like it or not. Sorry, he is Arteta, as I said previously. He's Arteta's voice on the pitch, like Xhaka was. Xhaka wasn't everyone's cup of tea, was he, boys? But he plays him because he does what Arteta wants him to do. You know, we obviously, I think it was a game where, come about 60 minutes, you could have put maybe a Madueke on for the transitional stuff. Martinelli as well, obviously did come on, but, you know, going to York, it's concerning only that I think, you know, he's as you said, that run is what he should be making. You know, but there's times he's defending, there's times he's not reading that run. There's also times that Saka, and Ødegaard, as you said, Tone, they're not finding him. It's going to be fundamental for him and his Arsenal career that he has to start sort of, you know, looking at. He needs to be, whether it's 1-on-1, you know, 1-on-1 with an attacking. He can put the ball in the back of the net. Today, that chance on 1-2 minutes, he has to put away. He puts that away, he puts the marker down, you're going to see a different Jokeres for the rest of that game.
What was he doing? What was he trying to do? The problem is,
he's tried to side foot it round the goal.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to lob the goalkeeper, but got it completely wrong.
Could have been.
He's just, the thing is, that is a guy. He could have opened his foot. He could have belted it one. That is a guy that hasn't got any confidence.
Yeah,
and I said on our chat, and I want to raise it on here, and I raise it to you boys again. And I don't want this to be misquoted, or you put it onto a short on TikTok time, so people start taking the mick out of me.
That's
wait a minute. What it is? No, but yeah, exactly. But all it is, boys, is with York. Sometimes you have to take him out, and you have to sit him on a bench. Robert Pires, everyone's like, who is this guy? Real Madrid are after him. He didn't play. Now, please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not saying Jokeres is the level of Bobby Pires. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you've got a player who's struggling in the league, which Bobby Pires did at the start, when these foreign players are coming in and they're struggling, sit them on the bench, get another player to show him, and then you bring him on. You know, if Jesus got to start against Villa, you got Havertz coming back. He needs to look at it in a different light. So instead of being, you know, constantly playing, because let's put it this way, boys, he's been our only main fully fit striker. You know, Gabby Jesus at the moment isn't fully fit enough to lead the press. What Jokeres does is he does close down well. You can see that we invite teams on when he comes off the pitch. We want that. We want him to finish as well. So I think once Havertz comes back, boys, once Jesus is obviously, I think you need to kind of just sit him down onto the bench to have a look and go, look, I want you to do this. This is what you do. Because it worked wonders for Pires. It works wonders for a lot of people and a lot of players, boys. And as much as he's played in the Championship, and I apologise for my voice, boys, because I'm carrying a Christmas cold. He has played for Coventry, but the Premier League is a different level to the Championship. The Championship is a it's a battle, but the overall quality, the technical quality, is higher. His first touch at the moment his first touch is just not there. Do you know what I mean? And there's a couple of moments though I will say to you boys, and before I pass it back to you, on that and on Gyökeres, is there's a time when he shoved Dunk out of the way, and he had that chance. He should have put it away. But it's what it is that initial thing. He done it again in the box, and he belted it at the keeper, didn't he? Out muscled the defender, but he's absolutely levered it, but it's straight to keeper.
Yeah.
These are small actions, and I still believe as well. I know it's frustrating, but I still think, in my opinion, the likes of Anoni, of Ezard didn't get on today, and Yok struggling. These guys can be vital in the running. You're not going to have a Morena up there, because all your strikers are injured. These guys will be fundamental for the back end of the season. So I'm still in patient mode, but it can get. I get yourselves, fans watching, are getting annoyed with Yok. I get that, but I just think as well sometimes with Havertz coming back, Jesus, take him out of the firing line, boys.
There's a few people watching. I'm going to throw a question and let us know in the comments. Who starts the next game for you? Aston Villa. Is it Jesus, Yok, or even Marino? I'll leave that in there. Let us know, guys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this.
Good evening, Alf. I'll read this comment out, Wayne. Even though, don't know if you guys agree. I don't watch Arsenal much, but what I've seen of it seems like Jesus is the man creating or starting a lot more attacks for Arsenal. Is he becoming important? Yeah. Yeah, I've at the start of the show, I did mention Jesus, and I think that he's looking really sharp. Fair play to the guy. He's come in. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know if it's because there's more level of competition before he got injured. That the reliance on him isn't quite there, and I think that when he comes on, because he's just coming back from an injury, I think the pressure isn't quite on Jesus. So he's a bit more. I don't know.
Tony,
he's a bit more. Yeah, he's a bit more. He's playing with more freedom. I think it's probably the best way of describing it at the moment.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but listen. He was apparently going, Tone, wasn't he? So the player kind of, you look at this, boys. He's thinking he's going, and Mikel's gone. Well, apparently behind the scenes, and as you can tell, because he's getting on the pitch before Neza or Noni right now, is that he wants to keep him. And we did say, and like Dave has alluded to, I said my dad will. And Alf, good evening, boy. I know some other fans watching. Jesus is important in terms of the fact that he can be that floating player. Someone has said, which I actually agree with as well, and again, it's fitting everybody in at the moment. He would be fantastic as a support striker. And if you got him behind a number 9, and please bear with me, guys, I'm struggling right now with this cold. But this support striker role could fit Jesus well, because he's not going to be your out and out banging loads of goals in, but he can put the ball in the back of the net. He's not clinical 20 to 30 season striker, and at this moment in time, neither is Yok at the moment. But yeah, I think he's going to be, as you, to answer your question, Alf, in terms of receiving the ball, creating play, as Tone said as well, him and Martinelli, they love playing with each other, and that's what you got to have those partnerships. And that's why I said to you boys, Eza and Gyökeres as a partnership, and right now you've not seen much of that because Ødegaard's back and he's playing in the 10.
So I sort of grabbed this comment, right, because I think the first guy that's actually said what. Thank you for this comment. I don't think anyone's actually taken what I've said on board. Thank you, Shri. Thanks for joining the channel. So hear me out.
Excuse me.
Been all of them. Hang on. Been all of them. Martinelli up top. That chance he missed was the only time I saw good box movement from a striker in ages in our team. Perfect comment. Best comment of the night.
But did he score?
Literally.
He didn't.
But it's not the point. No. It is not the point. York isn't making them movements, mate. Saka. Wait. Saka has played the ball across because Martinelli has made that run. Gyökeres is not doing that. He's not doing that.
No, I totally agree with Gyökeres.
It
doesn't matter. Two wrongs don't make a right, Tone. So Gyökeres might not be the answer. Martinelli's not the answer up top. He's had his fun. He's never had a double-figure season for us, Tone.
Yeah, but this is why. This is why we'll do the Villa build-up on Monday, right? But I honestly think that he's probably going to be thinking that actually Jesus and Martinelli won't be a bad chat because they interchanged in that game, and I'll tell you what, it
Floating,
opened up Brighton. They didn't know where they were. Like Dunk didn't know what he was fucking doing at times because 1 minute Jesus was with him and Martinelli that run. I don't think any of our strikers have done that. Havertz doesn't even do that run.
No,
Where you sprint across the front of the field. And the way we play, right, is the ball goes out wide and the ball goes in the box, right? If Gyökeres made them runs, it'd get a lot more goals. If Gyökeres was in that position Martinelli was in today, that goes in the back of the net, right? Do we all agree on that?
That's the thing, isn't it? He's more
not doing them runs. Thank you for that comment.
Thanks for coming. I mean, listen, that's a great run. I mean, again, Gyökeres has to do that. I also want to say to you as well, boys, which is going against Gyökeres. And firstly, yes, he does need to improve his runs, his box movement, right? But I just want to put a point to you. Who put that ball across to Martinelli?
Is it Saka?
It was Saka.
How many years has Saka and Martinelli been playing together?
Yeah, a long time, haven't they?
Saka knows Martinelli inside out. Martinelli's fresh legs. He's a transitional player.
I know where you're going, Wayne. But
listen, boys.
It's going to take time. But as a striker, you've got to give Saka something to hit. Do you not?
Yeah, listen. No, I agree with it. Listen, we can't keep beating around the bush of this. You have to play Saka in, which Gyökeres in. Sorry,
yeah,
and it's the movement. Sometimes, mate, it could be as I said to earlier. It could be mental, tired, mind. You know, this guy is obviously that Burnley performance was one of the best performances I've seen of him all season, and then he goes and gets injured. And then he's building back up again. Relationships have to be formed. Ezra as well has kind of dropped. His form's dropped. And as I said to you boys, it's partnerships. You know, you got to build partnerships. And Gyökeres hasn't got a partner.
On my camp there with Martinelli going through the middle. He's
another
example.
Let me have another example. Martinelli go against Man City. The move. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. But what was they playing? They was playing a high line. Martinelli is the player when he's a high line.
Yeah,
he's got the speed to run through. Now,
hang on. Were Brighton playing a high line today?
Well, no, they wasn't. But
listen.
But they still were stepping out on us. They weren't doing low block against us.
Yeah, no. Well,
I'm on your team, Dave. Because
hang on, gents. I
don't think he can. That's why he's not played there, Tony. There's a reason. If we would not have paid the money for Gyökeres if Arteta and the coaching team thought that Martinelli could do it for a whole season.
But another good comment. Wayne, hold that for me. Hold that for. Let me get this comment out. Thank you for joining the chat. I think you're quite new to the channel. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, cheers. Welcome.
I do have a question. If Gyökeres is doing everything correctly, how can Odie create for Haaland and not for Yok? The only reason is trust. You can trust Haaland runs compared to Yok. I could be wrong.
He's not doing
that's another good point.
He ain't doing it correctly. That's the problem.
No, listen, I know that, but listen, we can be here all day. I mean, we've signed a 65 million striker, and you want him to kind of be banging goals or start to score. What I want to allude to is confidence in mental confidence. Now, Gyökeres, when they were playing, we was in the Champions League in the meme that I mentioned, where not once, not twice, he made a run there, he darted there, Ødegaard didn't put him through. So could it be also Gyökeres mentally going, they're not going to put me through, I'm not getting, you got to realise, boys, I mean, we've all played at that level, a Sunday League level, but you played, if you made a mistake, you're always told, don't get your head get down. I was a kind of player that was, if up front and my head would go down. This is a professional football player. If he's not got he's not got quite on the wavelength yet, his confidence is going to go. If I make that run or make that dart, Gyökeres makes that dart all the time. That ball that Saka put across, and I think Van Hecker cleared for a throw-in, he should have run across him. Is he thinking, is he going to come? Is he thinking, all right, actually, maybe he might do a deep cross? It's an understanding problem, and it's a worry because it's a two-way street. You can't keep saying this. So at the moment, and what I mean by that is, if he's not gonna make it at Arsenal, he's not gonna make it. But I still believe this guy can do it later in the season.
I'm still with you.
We can't keep making excuses for him.
That's what I said to you. We can't keep sitting here and going, do you know what? It's Saka's fault. It's Ødegaard's fault, right? I watched the guy today in the box, right? The crosses come in and he's at the back post. change your run, mate. What? Like nothing's happening. You got as a striker, you're playing on your own, right? Which is hard enough as it is. You got to make stuff. All that running's for nothing if you're not doing the right movements.
You loved him
I'm
at the
sorry.
start of the season, Tone.
I loved him, but he wound me up. He wound me up today, rotten, right? Because
but you can't lose faith from one thing.
Martinelli showed him up today. Martinelli fucking showed him up because he come on one cross
put the ball in the back of the net.
He's gone straight across the man. Doesn't matter.
He didn't put the ball in the back of the net, dude.
If we go 2-2, then you have an argument, right? We nick the points, right? But it wasn't. It was the example of him getting across these man. Right? Yes, he smashed it over the bar. That's shit, right? For a Brazilian professional, right? That's shit, right? He should be burying that. But what I'm saying is, Gyökeres hasn't done that once this season. I think he's done it once.
Can
you name me a time when he's gone across the defender that quickly and nicked across? This is what I don't think. I think I'd say this is why Saka and Odegaard aren't doing that, because he isn't making that movement. If you look at him today, we go forward with the ball, right? Gyökeres is stand in between Dunk and what's Van Hinkel? Is that his name? The blonde geezer at the back.
Van Hecker, yeah.
Knobhead, by the way. What a knobhead he is. Anyway, he's right in sorry, not. He's literally in between them, right? And he's not making them runs. Go out to go like you're a professional footballer, right? There's not not in the same wave of fucking train every day, guys. They're professional footballers, right? You should know that Saka's going to get the ball out wide, right? And you should be already gone. You should already be gone to make that run, right? He's going back every time. He's going back post to heading it out, right? That one time Martinelli comes on, he darts across the guy and wins the ball. It just
as I say, the thing is, and sorry, dude, but Martinelli, as I've just said, mate, Martinelli's been playing in this team for like how many years now? Since Emery. He's been playing for 6 years, Tony. He's been playing 6 years with Saka. Listen, mate, I get the frustration. I get everyone's frustration with Yok. What I'm saying and what annoys me is you've got people on Twitter as well going about, they wanted Sesko, and then they're going, I told you about Gyökeres. No, it doesn't matter. This is Arsenal fucking football club. Right? Support your fucking players. Simple as. Yeah? And Tone, I'm not, I'm just saying to you, mate, I get it. But what I'm saying to you, for me, and it's a personal thing, end of the season.
I support you.
Tone, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people, dude.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's not helping it, but mate, listen, this is what I'm saying, mental. It's a mentality thing. It's so easy for us to sit here when we played it at Sunday League level. This is a Premier League elite. This is the best league in the world. And this geezer's played in the Championship and in Portugal. He has goals in his locker. He's not making a movement. So what the boss has got to do, and this is where Mikel's got to do it, and go, right, listen, Vic, I'm going to put you on the bench. All right, this is not a personal thing. I want you to sit there and I want you to watch what Jesus does. We got Havertz back. Follow Havertz in training. And I'm telling you right now, Havertz as a support striker, even Jesus behind Yok, in certain situations, you'll see the best of him. He just needs to have a break time. All right, he needs to sit out the side, and then you get a Havertz in, you get Jesus in. Let him see. I'm not giving up on him until if it comes May and he's banged in 10 goals, then I say, all right, off you go.
Yeah.
But I think we can't keep having rows online, or we can't keep having discussions. Yok shit.
No, it's not shit. He's not a shit player. There was moments in that game today where he was powerful, where he got through, and he's just not doing the right things. Right, and I think he needs a goal. He needs a goal in a big game. A goal in a big game will really wake him up. But today he did wind me up. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Right, he did wind me up. It took Martinelli 5 minutes to get on the end of a cross where you're playing that number 9 role. You should be. Like it was too static, mate. He wasn't making them
for
runs.
Me, at the moment, there's an issue between Saka and Gyökeres in terms of being on the wavelength. While Martinelli and Saka are on the same wavelength. Martinelli wouldn't be effective as a striker. What Gyökeres does, and that's why Mikel starts him, is you can see there's a difference. And I don't know if I said it earlier because I'm carrying this bloody crappy cold. But when Jesus come on, Jesus doesn't press intensely because he's still not fully fit like Gyökeres does. So when Gyökeres is on the pitch, it allows us, even if he's missing chances, even if he's not making them runs,
I agree that.
It allows us to pin people back. Now, people online are going, listen, you can buy any striker in the world and ask them to pin people, but what he does effectively is allows us control, allows us to pin their centre backs back, but then give space for Saka, who at the moment isn't putting the ball in the back of the net, in my opinion, as much as he should be. He's had enough time now. It's not just solely me digging him out. I'm saying he needs to improve his finishing because he's a world-class finisher. But this is what I'm saying. That's my point, mate. Is there's a reason why if Mikel don't think he's good enough at what he wants him to do, he's sacrificing himself. As we had this conversation a few months ago before he got injured, all of us, and Dave's joined, and Dave said the same thing. He is sacrificing himself in terms of the fact that this is a guy who banged in 97 goals in 2 seasons. He's sacrificing himself to be closing down. He's not got the touch yet. He's not at this moment in time, he's not an effective goal scoring number 9. We wanted that. We need that. But he is doing what he wants him to do, unfortunately. And that's also negating his game. And then his confidence is shot because he's not got, at Sporting, he had their left winger. He was, he had relationships. He was the main man. Amorim played to his strengths. Mikel's asking him, pin them centre backs. We play a control game. We don't play a transition game. And he's been told to do these tasks that he's not familiar with. And then when it comes to being a striker tone, he's not doing that in what's instinctive to him. So that's why, for me, I believe when players are back, when you've got everyone fully fit, you've got the players you need, Havertz and whatever, that's when I see you might see the best of him. He's got till the end of the season, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, Tom, we can't be having disagreements. You can say, he needs to up his game. But
it's an opinion, right? Everyone's got their own opinion. I think there's difference. I think everyone's expecting a striker, right? Yeah. And he's not giving you that attacking threat, right? And I think the problem that you've got is you've got players like Jesus, Martinelli, even Marino, right, are scoring goals. He's not scoring goals, Wayne. And they're playing in similar roles.
Yeah,
right?
But again,
different players.
Tone, look, I want to put one to you as well. Alan
Hold
Smith
that for me.
Arsenal.
We've got a few comments. Let's just get through these discussion points, and we'll get back on that. I'm sure that we're going to be getting back into that. So Saka, thank you for your comments. There's a few in there. Somebody sent Saka to shooting drills because why is he shooting wayward this season? Funny that Saka's averaging a lot of shots this season. And Joe, what I agree with that. Last season,
I agree with it, mate. Yeah.
He ain't been great, Saka either.
In terms of finishing, his ability as a winger is second to none. He'll keep going. He's got that ability to take players on. He's not putting the ball in.
So Saka's not on form. That has a detrimental effect on Gyökeres because if Saka ain't exactly what Wayne's saying, but we all are saying the same. We're all pretty much saying the same thing. We want Gyökeres to succeed. He's got to do a little bit more, but
I think everyone does.
Need to gel in with him a little bit more.
I think everyone does. That's why everyone's getting a little bit frustrated because we all cried out for that striker. We got the striker. Right?
He was the best looking one out there. For what money?
It's not going. It's not going. And I think everyone's so desperate for this guy to succeed.
We have, in fairness as well, though, boys. Let's put it this way and put it on another. Let's put another context. And
before you do that, Wayne, this is Alfie's put a question in. Why do you think?
What I was going to get to.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. I'll let you answer.
No. Sorry. I know. Listen, what he's saying is the style of play, and that's it. Right. That's right, Alf. Right now. Yeah. We've gone through, but this could also be a plus, boys. Right, we're winning when we're crap. Basically, we have not been fantastic. We've not been playing fantastic football. Mikel asked every single player on that pitch to defend. Now, Gyökeres, highly doubt. Which, listen, I didn't study the games at Sporting, but he was on the transition. The goals he scored, you have a look at them again. He's not a defensive striker. Havertz does that. Moreno does that. Yeah, Jesus doesn't so much defensively, but he knits everything together because he comes on, has a chance, goes back, knows where Martinelli is. He's a footballer.
It takes 2 or 3 players out each run.
Jesus is a footballer, isn't he, Dave? Yeah.
Well,
Gyökeres isn't a footballer, Tone.
No.
Gyökeres has never had the technical ability from even in youth games, right? Yeah. He's not that. He relies on instinct and brute strength. Yeah. Right now, that confidence is totally down. Yeah, so listen, the team isn't playing to his strengths. He's not playing to the team's strengths. The whole team in general, we have not been cohesively playing football. That was better today. Season, that was better today, but we struggle a lot, and it's because he asked way too much, in my opinion, because we want to be so defensively sound, which is fair enough, is good for me. That balance for the attack is suffering, mate.
Yeah,
another one here, Tone. I want you or
yeah.
Dave to answer this one. If you read that out, and
So
then
I
give you guys
spoke
a
about
toss.
this at the start, right?
we did.
I expect. I thought, Joe, what that if he scores that, and again, I think it's a mixture of what we say is confidence, and I don't know what he was trying to do. To be fair, I think he must be in two minds. I think he was. I think he was thinking over the keeper. Then it's went completely wrong. It didn't generate the power. But if you're low in confidence, they always say as a striker, just smash it.
Smash it. That's what I was looking for from him. I wanted him.
Look at that. Look at that penalty, boys. And but look at that. As I say, he needs to. He's not operating. He's not. That comes with, and this is what I'm saying again until I'm blue in the face. In my opinion, I think, it's like you said, Tone, you've raised that question. Are you going to play Jesus? Would he start? I think maybe you should.
Shreya's made a really good comment there. Why did Marino start as long as he did? And I thought Marino weren't that great today, if I'm being honest with you.
No,
and I think,
ain't been that great in the preview too.
Thanks for these questions, mate. Thanks for these questions.
I think it's fair to say that Arteta does have his favourites, right? I think I'm starting to spot that now, and he won't veer away from his favourites, right? And I think Marino's in that box, but I don't think he's a midfielder. And I said this on our chat, Wayne. I generally think that we should be looking at a replacement number 8 back Rice up. And again, I need to admit, Rice at right back today, he's insane. He was brilliant at right back.
He could do a job up front, mate. He could do a job in goal.
Sticking up front. I bet he runs across the defender anyway. Napshot, welcome back, buddy. Hope you're okay. Hope you had a nice Christmas.
Thanks for joining. And Tone, this is it. This is. He's just said. What have I just said, boys? He can play. Eza can play as a false 9 and box crash. He can also help. Gyökeres needs someone closer to him. Ødegaard is a fantastic controller of the ball, of the game, of the pitch. He sees it all. You're not getting that player next to Gyökeres. He's going to struggle, Bones. He's going to struggle.
You're not. Joe, what? I must have. Every time Eze is look at Crystal Palace, right? Like, yes, we drew 1-1, and again, that comes down to us not killing teams off. But how well did we play attacking wise against Crystal Palace? Ødegaard running the team. Eze gives us something completely different in attack, right?
Yeah,
I think don't worry, Ødegaard was spot on today. He was brilliant, right? And there's no.
He had a great game. He had a good game.
I'm still in the camp that I don't think we're as fluent with Ødegaard in that number 10 role, right? And I would like to see him in the 8 role and Eze in the number 10 because I do think that attacking wise we're more fluid, right? And Gyökeres gets more involved in the game. I was quite gutted Gyökeres well on the pitch against Crystal Palace because the motions of play, the balls that were going in the box, he might have got on the end of one of them. We didn't do that today, really.
He was well rested. He was well rested, but that Crystal Palace game would have been ideal for Jock. And the problem with this one is Ødegaard had a fantastic game because he controlled the game. But you need to someone also alluded to as well, one of the previous commenters saying get Ødegaard and Eze on the pitch more. Yes, 100% has to happen.
I agree. Yeah, this comment I also feel that main man syndrome. In the front line, Saka's the main man.
100%. 100%. Saka's been the star boy.
You know what? That's exactly a really good point, right? Because what's Madueke got to get a game in this team? Well, the guy to me hadn't done nothing wrong. Like he played well against Palace. Every time he's played, he's done a job on that right hand side. At what point is Arteta going to make a statement and go, actually, Saka, you've not been great? All right, yes, don't get me wrong. With Saka, it gives you big moments in games, right? But why not put Madueke in one game? I'm not being funny. If you put him in against Aston Villa, which he probably won't, let's be honest, he's not going to put Saka. He's not going to drop Saka and put Madueke on the right side, right, against Villa. But him and Martinelli at Crystal Palace, it was so direct. It was. I think them two with Gyökeres up front will probably be more beneficial for Gyökeres because literally they're so direct and the ball goes in the box, whereas Saka and Ødegaard will stop, go back. And if you're a striker making that first run, you need to cross in early. That's. But good point there.
Earlier, the better, didn't
they? Yeah. But again, guys, we appreciate these questions.
Loads of comments coming in. Keep them coming. It's good. It's a good conversation to have, right?
Just one thing I wanted to interject in the conversation. We have to just mention before it all goes off, and David Raya's save in the second half.
Unreal.
Just as part of the goalkeepers union, I had to bring that one up. You know,
I'm part there with you, Dave. I was a goalkeeper that wanted to be a striker and a midfielder, but I'm with you, mate. That was a fantastic save.
I love it, mate. That was.
I love
unbelievable
goalkeepers.
That was. There's one player that's doing his job, what he's meant to be doing. He's exceeded himself. He's a lot better than what I thought he was, to be honest with you. He just seems to go from strength to strength, actually.
Another comparison there is that Aaron Ramsdale now is playing for Newcastle and he's letting in some silly goals. And the problem with I loved Aaron because I loved these. He was English, you know. David Seaman wanted him to succeed. I wanted him to succeed. I thought he was an English boy. He had that. He was G the crowd up. It was his concentration levels. And I don't think he's going to be top there. Well, David Raya is just he might have moments where he's like a friend in the chat was saying he went there today at the game and saying that there was some certain things with Raya. Raya does that, and when you have a keeper that does that you know, Ramsdale done it in a certain sense, but we weren't challenging the title. Would Aaron Ramsdale be that man that you need at that important time when you're under the cosh? David Raya just does that. He might frustrate the hell out of you with something to pass. I was gone out of touch. I take David. Boom. He makes a world-class save. Well done for bringing it up, Dave. We're debating about up front, attacking. It was a fucking worldie.
He got us 3 points today.
That was a match-saving, you know, 3 point saving save, if I can say that right.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm getting.
If that goes in, this stream's completely different. It's probably me having a meltdown. I'm not gonna lie.
He's having a meltdown. And I'm going, calm down, mate.
Yeah,
calm down. But yeah,
Dryer's putting up a very good point. In Eze and Ethan plus Saka, those are magic players. Those kind of players that win games. Like Villa, Ethan anonymous in the cup against Brighton, but left with a goal feel for Nonny at times. Yeah,
you do, mate. Listen, I mean, the problem, what you got to realise as well, and again, mate, please keep the comments coming. Me, Tony, that we appreciate it, all of us. He's right, boys, isn't he, in what he's saying? And the problem is he doesn't.
Yeah, look, City played Cherky and Silva together, right? You know,
exactly.
But
exactly.
I would offset that with the fact that they defensively are shaky. Right, and I think there's a lot of games where they go into it outscoring the other team, because that Fulham game is a really good example there. That them two are magical players and they can make stuff happen, but defensively you're screwed if you. But
even though, I'll tell you what, to kind of negate your tone, we're not round with you. We're debating. We've let in a goal today, and there was no risk being taken.
Yeah, no, it was very sloppy.
It's a very good snapshot. Thank you for his comment. Actually, really good talking point. But just about to talk about this. And Nkapé he's been getting heat for that goal, right? Do you guys agree with it? Do you agree with the criticism of Nkapé for that goal?
For the goal, what was conceded today?
Today, yes. He was a bit rash. He went to, but obviously, but look, Joe, what I think that was a bit of luck. They hit the post and it's come straight out to the. And he's got a tap in.
Anyone, Rice has got the guy who actually gets the rebound, and he just steps in front of Rice, but it goes straight to him. It was just, I don't think there was really much anyone really could have done about that.
It's such a lucky bounce.
Sometimes the ball just goes like where no one is. Like all our defence, you can have all the plans, and then until you get punched on the face. That's a Mike Tyson quote. That one, you got to change it all up, ain't you? But I think the defenders were defending in that situation. Okay, they might have one. I think one guy slipped over, didn't he? Then they put it through, and the guys just put it through another one's legs, hit the post, and then the guy who scores, he's just stepped in front of Rice and then sort of laced it in. No, I don't really. No, I don't. I'm not putting. Not putting any.
I will be back, boys. I'll be back in a sec. So if you guys carry on, I will be.
Well, mate,
I'll be back in a sec.
Little boys room.
Well, what do you think, Tone? Do you think he was at fault for that then, or?
I think he was. I think he was a little bit rash, right? Stick your camera off, mate. Please off mute. Yeah. I think he was a little bit rash, but I think that. I think he's been. Do you know what? He's come in. He's had to do a job, right? We're trying to chase the title. There's loads of injuries. Yeah. He's had to play at the back at times. Obviously, we had Timber in at the back, right? And I thought against Villa he done well. He's done a job when he's come in. Was he at fault for the goal? I'd say he was, but I'm not going to get on the guy's back, right? All right, if we drew 1-1 in that game, then I think the criticism is going to go to him because you're in a title race. But the guy's not been too bad, and yes, I think he is an upgrade in Kivior. Right, and I think Miles Lewis-Skelly was okay today, but he hasn't nowhere near the form that he hit last season. But yeah, I mean, there's a comment there for Wayne Chilwell Ramsdale. Good performance for that was a magical performance at Anfield. But it's just going to be remembered as a performance. It didn't get us the title. But I see your point. I actually liked Ramsdale. I liked his energy around the stadium as well when I had to go to games. Miha, how you doing, mate? Thank you for joining. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. You was at the game, was you? Yeah, enjoy it. In Capio, yeah, was at fault. But look at Mourinho. Also, we played this guy because of
Jules.
Yeah, no, Joe. Actually, that's a very, very good point. He doesn't. Mourinho does not. He is supposed to plan on in that role to win them duels, right?
Yeah.
And Mourinho, Joe. This ain't me and Wayne. Me and Wayne don't agree on a lot of things, right? Wayne, welcome back, mate. We don't agree on a lot of things. But one thing that we do agree on is Mourinho is not a number 8 for us. I think we can agree to that, Wayne, right? We've agreed on that on a few occasions. Mourinho is not our number 8.
I think we can. I think everyone watching, mate, could. Listen, we've said that, and we've said it prior. That I just think he's that final third player in terms of the build-up and whatever. I don't think he's kind of strong enough in the midfield roles that he plays. I read. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, from the goalkeeper. It's interpreted differently. Sorry, kind of a bit of a tangent, but some were saying he was going away. The thing is, he's literally took the Yock out, as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks for joining, mate. But Tone, listen, another way you could have done that today, right? And this is what you brought up, not stepping on anyone's toes. Eza could have played that. He didn't trust him enough, but Eza could have played that role today. Supermendy at the base, Eza and Erdegaard as your 2 midfielders. You got your Trossard on the left, Saka, Yock. Get Erdegaard controlling, get Eza box crashing. You might have seen a different from Gyökeres. But again, listen, there's a long way to go. But again, boys, there's not right now. Who do you see that has was on the same wavelength as Yock? There's no one.
Trossard is the only one.
Trossard is getting close to it, yeah.
Just getting close, but he ain't on proper.
He's not right there. So whether that's a Gyökeres problem, whether that's a player problem, all I'd say, boys, is I in my opinion, and you'll see it in the starting 11, a little teaser. I'd give him a rest, but it could also be morning. Thanks for joining, Malcolm.
Hello, Malcolm.
Morning, evening, Malcolm.
I feel, mate.
Hope you're
good
doing
evening.
well.
Thanks for joining, my friend.
Decent draw, Burnley today. See that?
Yeah,
should have scored. Should have scored.
Chances, they're striking.
Yeah. But listen, it's all a fundamental thing. I think he, as I say, boys, as much as it frustrates you as well, Tone, it could be that he might want to control the game against Aston Villa, and maybe Yock allows him to pin the centre backs back without being that. So let's see.
I think Yock starts. My only concern for this Villa game, and we'll get into it on Monday with our preview, right? Is I'm really praying and hoping that Timber is fit, because I don't want Rice at right back. We need him in midfield. We don't need Marino in that midfield. We need our best midfield for that game, and Timber at right back. If we don't, then I feel that midfield for Villa is going to be very dominant. Right? I don't see how Marino and Zubimendi take control. I think Rice in there, we're a lot stronger. That'll be my problem.
On that note, I'm not trying to interject. I just want to give you boys a little bit of an injury thing. Mosquera, White is not too far away. Mosquera could be looking close to being back integrated into the squad. So that will help. And Mosquera can play right back as well.
Yeah.
So that could be one thing that, with Timber.
I'll take that.
Timber landed funny. Calafiori doesn't sound too great to me, because he said Calafiori felt something that's a bit strange.
Hamstring, I think, mate.
Yeah. It's not too looking good, because he's been fantastic all season for me. He's been a brilliant player. He's had his moments, but you can count them on barely on a couple of fingers. He's been brilliant,
That's right. We had a template with Gyökeres as a number 10 against Atletico, Burnley, Palace. That Burnley game, right, was Gyökeres coming into his own. Now, I said it in our chat. If he doesn't get injured in that game, I think you've got a completely different striker there. I think he scores some chances.
His confidence builds, doesn't it?
He's building back up again, but the problem that you've got now is it's a team game, right? How long do you give someone to get back their confidence, back on their form, until you bring someone in that is? It's all about winning the game, right? It's not about an individual. And I don't think Arteta is gonna go to a point where Arteta is very quick to switch someone off, right? If you don't trust you, don't be shocked, right? If Jesus starts against Villa, has a great game, scores goals, then Gyökeres will be on the bench for the rest of the season unless Jesus picks up a knock. I'm just being honest. That's what Arteta's like. If he picks someone up and they're picking a bit of form, you don't trust that person again.
Right now, though, Tony, he's effectively, and sorry, Dave, I'll go straight to you after this, mate. But
Go on, mate. Go on, bro.
But he's effectively.
I think my head's a York fan. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know, you've got your number. York is, in my opinion, just the one sort of out and out number 9 we have. Jesus is a different kind of breed of a number 9. Yeah. He's an inside. But we have Havertz and Moreno. There's different options, Tone. That's what I'm saying.
No, but what I'm saying is, I agree with that, and we shouldn't rely on Jesus because Jesus has had 3 seasons to take us to a title. He hasn't done that. York's come in, give the guy a chance. Yeah. But the problem is that what you've got is the period of the season we're in is if we drop points, right, in this run-in, he'll drop him. I promise you that he'll drop him because he'll be desperate to get points. And don't surprise if it'll be Marino going up top because he gets some goals.
Nah, Havertz bounds. Listen, the moment Havertz shows any kind of match fitness, he will be in.
He might be in the squad for the Villa game.
He'll be in the squad. He'll more likely be in the squad for the Villa game, mate. But yeah, listen, that's what it is. Look, at the end of the day, we want him to succeed because he's a different style of striker from what we had, especially looking from in the summer, looking at his goal scoring record. And you're right, Tone. I get what you're saying. But a Napshot, yeah, we do. And just before I start waffling again, Napshot definitely, mate. We do.
Yeah, why don't we trust Norgard?
He doesn't trust Norgard.
Yeah, a good game against Palace. He was tidy in there.
He was tidy. He doesn't trust him in there, mate. I don't know why.
Because he has shown for Brentford, right? It's in the Premier League. He can be he can deploy him in that. He could have deployed them both in midfield today. And Norgard's actually a really good ball player midfielder, right? He's a really good deep line player that can play a pass. Why not play him?
I think he's a better midfielder, Bones, in terms of his control.
Him and Marino, like you haven't got. Right, number 8 might be a bit advanced to him, but I think he could have done a job in there. If you're going to throw, then you got 2 old midfielders there, but Odegaard hasn't got a trap back. One thing with Odegaard that I did notice today, we're banging on about the number 8 position for him. He's so weak in the tackle. There were so many times where he needed to cut play out, and he didn't. He didn't make that challenge. More than likely, that's my worry with Odegaard.
Why you don't play there, Bones? I think as well. That's the someone was saying as well. So, yeah. You've seen how Rice at the right side of the midfield, you know, is also a thing, you know, to help him. But yeah, another thing, he does.
Yeah, I said this the other stream, mate. Yeah, and I completely agree. Yeah, he won't drop him.
This is it, mate.
He's got the captain's armband. He's probably the first.
He's his voice on the pitch anytime.
But it makes you wonder, what did he say to Eze? You signed a big player in Eze. Eze's a huge footballer. So he's a superstar level footballer, and he can be even better, right? Is he going to stunt Eze's growth?
I'll tell you what you could look at it as well, boys. As much as again, Noni didn't get on in Eze. What did I just say about Robert Pires and what Wenger did to him? Maybe he's doing it to Noni and Eze. So maybe he's going, look, I've got these players coming on. They know my system. Have a look at it, see how we play, and then because Noni as well isn't quite got that defensive and stuff down, and we see at Villa that Eze didn't, and that for me was one of the things where it's more likely it's kind of set alarm bells off on Mikel, because trust me, boys, I don't think that guy sleeps. You know what I mean? You know he's Spanish. You know what I mean? They might have like a, you know what they called it, a siesta, don't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think he avoids his siesta because he's just constantly on it all the time. He's noted that. And I think that's I think he's personally doing that. And this is why I keep saying that it's also what I believe. And at the moment, he hasn't got that high intensity press that Gyökeres provides in Jesus. But Jesus can be a release valve in terms of picking the ball up. But you're going to sacrifice control of the game because Jesus isn't going to pin your centre backs because he's not that kind of player. So that's what he's playing. But Gyökeres needs a rest to look.
Do you notice when Martinelli come on? That Jesus would sit to the left and Martinelli done the press.
But this
there was
is
a
it.
moment
This is what I'm
where
saying, because
there was a
he
moment
can't
where
press
we
Bones.
nearly scored from the goal. The goalie nearly kicked it into Martinelli. We nearly scored from that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it just clicked with Joe. What? And I've
The
been
other
on
thing
about
just
it.
to mention though on that one,
We should
boys,
consider
is
that.
Gyökeres has knackered all the defenders out by that point as well. So it's
Yeah.
like
Thank you,
60,
Dave.
75 minutes into the game.
Exactly.
Martinelli and Jesus will
Yeah,
look
I
fresher,
think
won't they? You know? The other
I
boys
think
are
he will do the same
defenders are a bit
against.
dead tired.
Yeah, I think York will
That's
start
it,
against
Dave. You
Villa
have to realise that.
He occupies defenders, right? He does do that, and there's no denying that. But it's I think the problem is he's not scoring goals,
No,
and I think
that's
that's
the
where
thing.
the
We need
pressure's
the
coming
other
in.
side.
Tone,
We
I'd
need the other
liken
side.
it. I'd liken it to Martinelli as a left winger, right? Martinelli's output now, bar obviously Palace. That was the best game I've seen Martinelli play for fucking years, right? He was taking them on. He's like acting like he was like prime Ronaldo. He was fantastic. You know, he got a little bit of niggle, a dead leg, I think it was, wasn't it? He got the you know, we all know that's painful when the other guy's knee itch you. But yeah, that I would liken it to that where Martinelli, as I said earlier, you know, Martinelli has to run up and down that thing, and I think his attacking game has suffered. And Gyökeres is coming into the team as one of the most lethal fucking strikers in world football, and he's asking to be he's got a press, and it's mentally shattering as well. You got to realise, boys. But there's times he almost caught him out. Times he's rushed the keeper to kick the ball out. These are what Mikel is more than likely looking at and going, I appreciate him for it. And as much as we want him to score the goals, let's let him keep fit. Let's let him keep doing this. And yes, it's frustrating. Yes, Martinelli showed in one glimpse of play, intelligent run, but let's keep with a thought process that he's doing a job that Mikel wants. Yeah. And like they said, as someone said, like Haaland's next level. But Pep changed his game. He's literally got Haaland, changed the way he played. Won them titles. They're cheaters anyway. I don't want to talk about them too much, but they won titles because he changed the game to them, right? It's also as well that Haaland he's on that next level. He's there. So with Gyökeres, it's more likely tough because he's come from a lower bit. So he's a lower league, or lower level. So yeah, you have to again, in my opinion, I've said before, I believe Eze will get the best out of York or even the Havertz and Eze. But right now, I think he's doing that with a lot of the boys. You know, I can't understand, like someone's already said, why Norgard can't get a game, boys, in terms of even coming on.
Do you want to read that comment out and provide an answer, Wayne?
Yeah, let me. So hear me out. Yeah, for the Arsenal this summer, Bin Norgard, Marino, Trossard, Jesus, go by Elliot. Yeah, listen, you know. Barcola, fantastic. Me and Dave will be on the same wavelength here, because if you're going to get rid of Jesus, I want in. Who do we want in, Dave?
Oh, what, instead of Jesus?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Alvarez.
No, who do we want? We want Rodrigo or someone like that, don't we?
Alvarez.
Oh, Julian
Alvarez.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You got me on that one.
I want to be controversial here. I don't rate Barcola.
You don't rate him?
I don't rate him. What I've seen of him, I don't think that he improves us that much.
Yeah. Listen,
maybe a backup attacker. But I mean,
we've got Eze. And he's left-sided.
Yeah, he's more. Don't PSG play him on the left?
He's
so he would be
left
more
winger.
Take over from Trossard.
Elliot Anderson in that midfield as well, boys. Is a fantastic
Elliot Anderson's
shout.
good. I'll give you that one.
Also as well, Adam Walton.
Yeah, Walton all day long. Yeah.
Listen, you're right, and again, thank you. You're right, and what it is, Tan. I mean, listen.
But you know who else would be a good signing for us, boys? Who would fit right into our midfield? But obviously, and we have spoke about him before. Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle as our number 8.
Yeah.
Now he's a proper number 8. Yeah,
he's right up Mikel's street as well, Dave.
He's a gnarly little sod as well, isn't he? Like,
yeah,
he'd fit well.
Either one of them players would fit in as well. I mean, listen, I think I'm going to quickly read it before I waffle again. Wimby, he's always concerned. Yeah, exactly. And well done, mate. This is the problem, and this is my worry.
Yeah, so there's one before that, right?
He's two. Yeah, and I will read this. I'll give it a chance. Yeah. Thanks again for joining.
Comments, guys. There's loads.
We love it. It's just keep them coming, please, because this is a discussion point. We love a comment because it's we love the interaction instead of just us three and me waffling all the time and passing it on to Dave and Tony. Other people's opinions.
Difference of opinion. All based on opinion.
Exactly. We all want the same goal, though, boys. We can have a difference of opinion, but we want the Arsenal to win stuff, and that's the main thing.
Exactly.
I'm going to read this out, boys, and again, one of you take to answer this for mate. But again, thanks for the comment. We do appreciate it, guys. Also, people don't understand Odegaard too. Eza is the Bruno, KDB type player. Meanwhile, Odegaard is the Xavi, Modric, Bernardo Silva type of player. Not the same level, but type of player, which I get, yeah. And that's what do you think there, boys? This is what I'm saying. In that I just think he's that controller. You need that guy who's going to release the trigger. Who pulls the trigger more would be Eza. What do you say to that, guys?
Well, look, you've got to watch how Odegaard plays, right? He drops right back into the fence to get the ball. Yep. So it'd make sense for him to be there.
Tone, you're not saying it, and prior as well, mate. You weren't saying on the previous video to drop him, was you? And we're not saying to drop. We're not saying to get we want him to do that role.
No, because I have come out and said that.
Keep the shirt, though, boys.
No, that's what I was going to say, Dave. Like, I think if Odegaard weren't playing great, like today he had a great game today, right? But before that, he wasn't playing great. He wasn't playing great.
You can't argue that. There's no argument there.
At what point do you pick someone and make the right decision, right? Because Eze was like against Tottenham, he was brilliant, right? Yes, he dropped off a little bit, but he has been playing well this season. He has got it in his locker as well, so it's making a decision. And I don't think Arteta is capable of making that big decision because he does have his favourites, which I think, right? I think it's going to cost us the title because of his stubborn way of thinking, and he's got. These like with Madueke and Saka, right? If Saka's having a bad game, pull him off. That's my Madueke's there for a different style of winning.
So Madueke should have come on
today. Look at Brighton today, right? They brought in that Minter, right?
He made a difference.
Completely different winger. Rapid pace. He caused us problems. Their last winger, I can't remember who took off. But was it give him an A? What's his name? Ayayo. No, not Ayayo. Areo, I was like, sorry, I don't know the Brighton players that well. But yeah, I think they took off their right winger who weren't doing a lot, brought him on, completely changed the game. But he was a different style winger. The other guy was more technical and more popping the ball and moving. Whereas he got the ball and fucking run with it. It was quick, right? Direct.
I'm going to put a a little thing for you, though, boys. If you owned a PlayStation or an Xbox and you had all the top of the range games, but you've never got around to playing them, then what's the point in having them? So what is the point in having, you've got
Eza. I like that.
But this is what I'm saying, you've got all these things. It's like having Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, and you're like, I can't play these. Why you got them in the first place? Now, unless he's, as I've just said, which to read Arteta, anyone, you'll have to be but Eza and Madueke should have come on and please just tell me if I'm being an idiot for Moreno and Trossard. Or was I being an idiot in that sense? Again, with Trossard, he wanted Martinelli. Again, Martinelli he trusts. If it's not Eza, if it's not Madueke, Eza should have come on at least for Moreno. And this is the thing, Moreno set the world alight? And did he do anything that Eza couldn't do in that left eight?
No.
This is the thing, boys. You've got all these players. He's got these players on the bench. He has to use them. Otherwise, there's no point in having them. It's simple. No point in having them.
The comment here that lads just realised something against Aston Villa. We need runners. Starting your careers, Eze and Martinelli. Trossard come off the bench. I agree with that.
A very good shout. Tony said that, and we agree. We agree.
Because I said at the beginning of the stream, Shoaib, thank you for that comment again.
Thanks again, mate. Brilliant point.
He's on form tonight, isn't he? With Martinelli playing left wing, Matty Cash is going to be out. I don't know who they're going to deploy at right side. And whoever it's going to be, it's not going to be. Sure. Yeah, they're not. But they're not. Whoever they're going to deploy at right back is probably not going to be a natural right back, right? So Martinelli, and I think he's picked up a little bit of form as well because he come on again today and he looked really direct with his play. So I think start him in this game. I think I agree with that. Get runners.
Boys, that someone was saying as well, and again, he's never going to watch the channel anyway. But this program, EBL on X said exactly what he said. Look, he said Aston Villa are doing well. He said, but I don't think they're title challengers because Emery plays a transition game. So if they're playing a transition game, what have we got to play? You got to get them back. You got to play them. You got to pin them back, ain't you? And to pin them back, you need runners, as that's what he was getting at, and that's what I think. Agree with that, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this profile.
think even have a look at Madueke on the right for a bit of pace. He won't do it, obviously, because Saka and Odegaard are probably the first on the team sheet.
Saka and Odegaard, whoever we swing it, boys, he's going to be his first pick. But he's got to come out of his comfort zone, Bones. He's got to go, like today. That game someone made online, and again, that game was streaming from Madueke, a transitional player, excuse me, or like an Eze. Eze can do that role. We needed to pin them back. They scored that goal, and we're at home, and we're getting pinned back by a team that we've controlled for 60-odd minutes.
But yeah, it's
we got a second, and we just, If
you look at this comment here, I mean, Dave, I don't know if let's get you back on, mate. Do you want to answer this comment from Shoaib?
Go on. So many of his players, he sees them as cogs in his system, but does not see them for the individual. Yeah, basically, he wants moments, bring out the big moments for the big moments players. Yeah, well, that's it. Arteta's system is very robotic. It can look it sometimes. That's why when you're a defending side, all the parts have to play their part, don't they? Everyone has to know their job. The left side has to cover the left back, and then he pushes over the right sided centre back. He pushes up a little bit. There's all these slight little variants. What makes it all tick in Arteta's mind. But then you lose some of the free flowing football, i.e., like what you see in City do. Yeah, you don't see all this free off the cuff stuff, But at the end of the day, boys, there's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to skin a cat. It ain't the prettiest football if we're going to win the league by doing it this way, but it has been successful doing it this way before. Mourinho won it with Chelsea.
Yeah, it's very much the Mourinho way, Dave. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah,
it looks like we changed from 3 seasons ago or 4 seasons ago, and we was like firing goals in left, right, and centre. But then we lost Saliba, and then we sort of fell apart, didn't we, at the back end of the season? He seems like we've transitioned into this sort of stodgy. Everyone's over 6 foot. It's good on set pieces. It's like he wanted to do that. It's like he's him and the assistant manager have sat down between them at the end of each season and said, right, well, look, what's been our downfall this season, and they've tried to address that each season, but slowly it has had an effect on our attacking prowess. It has. So, as you say, there's many ways to skin a cat. If it don't work this season, then I would hesitate to say that he may be looking at a few meetings with the board if he don't win something big this year. So really, he's got to do it the way that he thinks he's got to do it.
And he's also got a year left on his contract after this season as well.
He's got to do it how he wants to do it, isn't he?
Another one here as well, Dave, and yourself, Tone, which again is another great point. Ez is a great player, but he feels like a luxury player who will create moments. Same with Ethan, which is right. But I feel they're not chosen because they're unpredictable, which does not go with Arteta control, mind. Yeah, which is. They're not controlling players, mate. They're unpredictable. They'll try something, certain things. And that is it, yeah. Calafiori as an inverted left back, again, is a fantastic point. It's right. Calafiori can drift across and do what he wants to do, Yeah.
Well, we'll make this the last comment of the night. Been over an hour.
That's
again. But boy, the comments have kind of reignited
they're making good points. Definitely.
I'll read this last comment out, boys, and we'll start shutting the stream.
I was going to go a bit after half hour time, but I'm.
Well, it's why I like Emery. He platforms many players like Rodgers, Watkins, optimizes them to their strengths. Look at Foden, Cherki today, taking up various positions. We need more rotations among players. I completely agree.
Yeah,
but Arteta's very, very stringent. Like, if you watch him on the touchline, he's very he's very much. I think there was one moment I was watching. I've actually sat behind the bench. Right, I was lucky enough. There was only a Champions League game. It wasn't anyone big. I think it's like Slavia Prague. And I remember, I'll never forget this. Sterling went to go for a run where he got the ball, would give it, and he went to go. And Arteta went, no. And he literally told him to go back in position. And I was like, give me I thought, fuck me, this guy is really controlling to the point where he literally, you go an inch out of position, mate, you're fucked. Because he took him off 5 minutes after that because he literally... and I was like, okay.
Pieces, didn't they? They're chess pieces to him, didn't they? Basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing his own game.
He's that level of detail with every player. That's why it was like that. Yeah. Cool. we've been on over an hour, gents. I think it's been a good discussion. We'll
Pardon me.
we'll have to see what happens, right? We've got we'll do a preview on Monday, Aston Villa game, the big one. It's going to be a lot to talk about on that one. But yeah, look, Man City won today, Aston Villa's won today, so the pressure's on. That's a mass that now becomes an absolute huge game of football. We need to win that to set a marker down.
Massive, mate.
We also need
break their winning run.
I think the City's won 7 on the bounce as well, so we need them to.
They was lucky
step
against
up somewhere.
I think
they didn't beat Nottingham Forest very easily. So I'm hoping that they, they've still got some big games to play as well.
Decision as well for a second card time to send Diaz off.
I see that. See now, there we go. Oh, Michael Oliver, backhander.
Yeah. And I think he keeps his job, mate. I think if he wins the league, I think he should.
Listen, I get what you're saying, mate. But I think again, he's as you say, he's got to learn. I know what you're saying, and it's frustrating. Tony will join you and Dave as well. I think that he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more to give. You just have to kind of take the rough with the smooth, as Dave has said. You know what I mean? In many ways, it's going to be frustrating. We've had a couple of. Let's put it this way: we've won. We've had some crappy games last couple of months. Let's hope for the new year, new team, boys. Let's keep going.
Villa needs to be battered. I need to batter Villa.
We need to put.
Let's turn these over. Someone's due a spanking from us.
We are going to spank someone soon, boys. I'm telling you right now. We are going to. We're set up to. Believe us.
Cool. On that note, all right. Thank you for tuning in. The comments have been brilliant. Keep join us on the next one on Monday where we preview.
Join us on Monday, guys. Thank you.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We need to get to that 300 before the year's up. That's our target.
I'm not going to get that Chinese from Tony if we don't get 300. So please, guys.
Exactly. Smash a like, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening, guys. See you soon.
Take care, guys. All the best.